welcome back. Jeff Heggie, Daily Success Strategies. Thanks for being with me today. So, how does a world champion set goals? Do world champions journal? What are the things that a world champion does to get to that level and to achieve the goals that they really want to achieve? That's what we're going to talk about today. I got Tyson Durfey with me for one more episode, and I know you're going to love it. So let's talk to Tyson about how he sets goals and the process he goes through and some of the things he's done from years before, decade before he was a world champion to where he is now.
It's funny that you say that. Like, I, for years, kept a journal every single day. Okay. Every single day I kept a journal. And it was kind of like a love-hate with relationship with the journal, because like where I grew up, guys, you don't show weakness. You don't cry. You don't show weakness. You dang sure don't journal. Journal is something for a 14-year-old girl, right? So I kept it hidden for a long time. Like I didn't want to tell anybody, but I did. You know, I was an avid reader of books and personal growth. So they were saying that you got to journal, and I'm like, okay, well, let's try this journaling thing. I will tell you guys this. I started journaling in 2005, 2006. I want to locate these journals because I want to post my journal entries someday. And the first two statements every single day were, I will be a world champion and I will make $200,000 a year. Okay. Now, folks, today's society, $200,000 is not very much. But at that time in 2006, I had nothing, zero. And so my mind, as big as it could conceive, was 200K. That was as big as I thought, man, if I can make 200K, I'll be set. That's as big as it could possibly ever conceive. At that point in my life, granted, I was 22, 23 years old. You know, I just dropped out of college. I'd moved from Missouri to Washington State. So like 200K was big. Now, I hit both of those. I did both of those. The financial one hit really quickly, like a couple of years. The world championship took a decade. Okay. Now, had I not journaled that and had that as a main point of focus, I wouldn't have got it done. If you watch people, and I'm reading a book right now that is amazing, that's probably not very popular, that I don't know a lot of people have heard about, but it's by Napoleon Hill. It's called Outwitting the Devil. It is unbelievable. Okay. Now, and whether you're spiritually believing God, it doesn't matter. It's a really good book, but it's Napoleon. He's interviewing the devil, and he basically calls out the devil as saying, okay, what's the biggest thing that keeps people from doing the things that they want? And the biggest thing is, he teaches them how to drift. Okay. You drift through life. You drift through raising your kids. You drift through your finances. You drift through everything, and everything's just generalities. Everything's very open, just out there. Without that goal in front of you, you are just drifting through life. And you're falling into the trick that Napoleon Hill talks about in that book of called drifting. So I've always had goals. From the time I was very little, I wanted to have, a little kid, because we had nothing. I wanted money. I thought that money gave me freedom. Okay. I thought it would make everything perfect and no problems. I realized that was a lie. That was something that was a lie, but I had a goal to get $30,000 in my checking by the time I was out of high school. Okay. So I shot horses. I traded horses. I did all that stuff. I was always focused on that thing. And guys, you got to have a goal in front of you, even if it's a sub goal or a small goal, day to day to day. Today, I want to get through this day without yelling at somebody. Today, I'm not going to get mad in traffic. Today, I'm going to tell my child that I love them because I've been so distracted at my work that I haven't said it to them in a week. Like, guys, you got to have goals and write them down. Have one magnificent goal, one that you think is so big that you don't know if you can achieve it on your own. And then just have little ones that lead to that big one. Okay. Most people overestimate what they can do in a year and underestimate what they can do in a decade. Right. For me, if I would have looked, at 10 years ago, when I had that journal entry and I said world champion 200 a year, if I could see the life I have now, I would be like, that's not possible. Like I couldn't do that. There's no way. And if I said I was going to do it in a year, I would have never done it in a year. But if I would have said I would have done, okay, a decade, I'm going to work diligently every single day. I'm going to keep that world champion and that financial goal in front of me. It's leading me. It creates a linear path to what you want. The thing is, we drift from side to side because of the distractions of the world. Okay. The news, there's a million of them. I don't need to list them all, but we get distracted, we get sidetracked. And what happens instead of staying focused towards that goal is we're going to the goal and then, something bad happens. We lose our job. We go over here and then we start to get it back on track and we're going towards that goal again. And then, maybe our wife loses their job and then we come back. And so we get so distracted that it takes us much longer to get to that goal. Now, I will tell you, everybody gets distracted. I don't care if you're Tiger Woods or you're the greatest cowboy in history or you're myself. It doesn't matter. Everybody does get distracted. But the people who can get back on track the quickest are the ones that achieve the goals the fastest. Okay? So important, y'all.
Thanks, Tyson. That was awesome. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate you telling us the things that you did, whether you thought it was a popular thing or not. Just putting the things into practice that you knew were going to help you to succeed. Tyson's had some incredible episodes with us. I hope to have him on here again. I've really enjoyed my conversations with him. This was the last episode of this series, but if you've missed any of them, go back and listen to him because he shared so much valuable information. Plus, if you go to episode 219, you can see the whole interview, which is a lot more than what we've shared in these individual episodes. Also, make sure to go check out my show notes where it has all his links, all his websites, everything. Plus, check out what he's got going on. He's got some great stuff going on his social media. He shares so much valuable motivational information there, so make sure to check him out. But thanks again for everything you've shared with us, Tyson. One of the things that I want to share with you guys, if you're looking at goal setting, you're looking at how you're going to get clarity and achieve your goals, go to jeffheggie.com and get the free Momentum series. That's a series that I put together to help you set your goals, get clarity, and figure out the direction you need to go. So put those all together, and like Tyson was saying, you put those things into practice. That's how you're going to achieve your long-term goals. All right. Thanks for being with us. Be back to you again tomorrow. Bye.